Maybe you just got a raise or a new job, but what are you doing with those extra dollars? Do you still feel broke or like you live paycheck to paycheck? Lifestyle creep could be stealing your wealth and you might not even realize it. Let's talk today about how you can stop it before it's too late. So what is lifestyle creep? It's kind of right there in the name. As your income goes up, so does your standard of living and so does your spending, but it kind of creeps up really gradually and sometimes you're not even aware that it's happening. Lifestyle creep is when you upgrade your lifestyle as you make more money, but you're not making progress on your financial goals. I know that this is something I have seen happen in our own financial lives, particularly I think because we spent almost 2 years just nose to the grindstone, paying off debt. We cash flowed a move across the country. And once we got here and all of our debt was paid off and we'd finished the move and my husband's job started taking off, it felt like we had a little more breathing room. And that's when gradually, little by little, you start to see the spending increase, the standard of living increase, and lifestyle creep take hold. And it really is so subtle. We had some lifestyle creep happening, but we were still making a budget and sticking to a budget every month. So it isn't like you suddenly just go off the rails and go crazy. It's very sneaky. So let's start by talking about some signs of lifestyle creep so that you can find out, is this happening to you? The first sign is that you might be tempted to increase in your largest spending categories. For most people, this is your house, your vehicles, and your food. If you're making more money, you might be tempted to think, I need more house, I need nicer cars, I can start eating out more. Now, and maybe you can do that, but remember, lifestyle creep isn't about a right or wrong. It's not, oh, I can't spend my money. It's, I have financial goals. Am I making progress on those goals? And if I'm not, if I'm still feeling like I can't make progress, if I still feel broke even though I make more money, if I'm still paycheck to paycheck, but I'm doing nicer things and I have nicer stuff, that is a sign of lifestyle creep. So we're not making a judgment here. It's not a right or wrong. You're allowed to enjoy your money. Are you still hitting those goals? Are you still making progress in the right direction? If you're not, that's where we have to gauge, is this lifestyle creep? So another sign that it may be is that you're just doing a lot more extras than you used to. Like I already mentioned, you're going out to eat more. Maybe you're hitting that coffee shop more when you used to make your coffee at home. You're seeing that the extras that used to be treats have now become more just regular commonplace occurrences. Another sign of lifestyle creep is that you're just not hitting those financial goals. So maybe you told yourself, as soon as I get out of debt, I'm going to build up my emergency fund, but that's taking a really, really long time and you're seeing other areas of spending increase. Or you were going to try to pay off your mortgage faster, increase your investments, be more generous with your giving, but you're not actually attaining those goals, even though you know you have more money coming in and or you have less debt. Another sneaky sign of lifestyle creep is that the things that used to be good enough for you aren't anymore. The places that you shop, the clothes that you wear, the restaurants that you eat at, what used to be something where you were content and happy, now you kind of turn your nose down to it. You want something better. You've gradually increased that standard. So now the old thing just isn't good enough anymore. I've personally experienced that. So no judgment. I know that hotels that used to be fine for a family vacation, now I'm like, maybe we can just go to this one instead. I have seen that happen in my own life. So I understand how it can creep up on you and it can impact the ability for you to hit your financial goals. You just have to be honest with yourself about that. And again, it isn't wrong to stay at the slightly nicer hotel. You just have to remind yourself, am I staying at that hotel and also still hitting my financial goals? Or is creeping up my lifestyle to stay there, meaning that I'm not investing, giving, paying off my mortgage? You have to be really honest with your situation, with yourself. Like with all of finance, it's very emotional and it's very personal and it involves you facing reality and not lying to yourself. And that kind of leads into another sign that lifestyle creep might be affecting you. If you look back at the things that you used to do and they are now very unpalatable, and the idea of having to go back to staying at those hotels or shopping there for your clothes, that sounds kind of difficult for you, you might be experiencing lifestyle creep. So before we move on to what you can do to fight lifestyle creep, I really do want to reiterate that it is not wrong for you to enjoy the blessings that God has given you. Here at It's All His, we're about managing God's money, God's way for God's glory. And we believe that you can enjoy the blessings that you've been given. It is okay to increase some things, particularly if you have paid off your debt and you're making more income. You're allowed to enjoy your money. You really are. The problem with lifestyle creep is just when it hinders your ability to make wise financial moves and hit your goals. You can absolutely increase your standard of living while still being wise. Just making sure that you're using a budget, not getting into debt, working towards financial goals, and spending wisely. Lifestyle creep is really common though, and it does hinder your ability to hit your goals at the pace that you actually want to. So it's important that we recognize, is it creeping in and what can I do about it? So let's talk about that. The first thing you want to do to make sure you are not letting lifestyle creep derail your financial goals is you want to have a plan for your money. You need a budget. I say it all the time, you need a budget. It is so important that you are making some kind of plan that works for you, for your money every month, so that you know where every dollar is going, so you know your income and your expenses. You are not going to be able to see if lifestyle creep is even happening if you don't have that budget. If you want to be really wise, you can try to get ahead of lifestyle creep by just pretending that you never got the raise. Take that extra income and right off the top, funnel it into your goals. Particularly if your main goal is that you're still paying off debt, I would highly encourage you to make sure that you don't increase your standard of living until all of that debt is paid off. Getting a new job or an increase in income or even paying off all of your debt is a really great time to take a good look at your overall financial picture and really reset those financial goals. What are you working towards? If it's not debt payoff, are you trying to increase your giving? Are you trying to invest more for your retirement? Whatever it might be, having some clear goals in mind will help you stay focused. And if it's been a while since you've sat down and really figured out what those goals are, now is a good time to do it when you've got a little extra income coming in or you've just paid off debt and freed up some margin. Really refocus in. What are those goals? What are you trying to hit? Ask yourself, where do I want to be a year from now financially? Where do I want to be 5 years from now? Keep your eyes on that big picture goal, and that will help you fight against lifestyle creep. I'll link a video up here that I made about facing your financial reality, and it can be a great one to watch if you need to sort of reset your goals and get a look at your overall big picture. Another great way to offset lifestyle creep is set up some automation. So if you know that you want a percentage of your paycheck to always go towards your retirement, have that percentage set up to come right out of your paycheck through work or through your bank account. That way, if you do get that pay increase, you just have that percentage still coming out. So you are not going to have that extra money to spend without hitting your financial goals. Automation can be so helpful when it comes to paying yourself first and trying to stay on track with goals. And the money's just not even there for you to be tempted to spend it. And speaking of temptation to spend, if you're concerned about lifestyle creep, it might be a good time when you get that raise or that new job to unsubscribe from influencers or other social media accounts that tempt you to want to spend or to want to increase your lifestyle to try to match or meet theirs. You could also unsubscribe from emails that tell you about sales or tempt you to book vacations if that's not your goal right now. That may help you for a time to just make sure that you're staying focused so that that extra money isn't going places you don't want it to. It's important that we're honest with ourselves about why our spending has crept up, why we feel we need to increase our standard of living. Now, again, it's not always wrong to do so, but could there be some sinful discontentment or envy in your heart? I'm going to add some verses here to the screen that you could look at if you're struggling with this. I hope that they'll be helpful to you. The next way to counteract lifestyle creep is to fight against the lie that a certain income has to equal a certain standard of living. That if I make X number of dollars a year, I have to live in this neighborhood, I have to drive this car, I have to take these types of vacations. Don't buy into that. Your personal finance is personal. It is not a comparison game. You need to do what is best for you, for your goals, for your priorities, and for your family. Oftentimes you will find that lifestyle creep is happening because of some deeper heart emotional things that are going on. So click into this video about how money and emotions are related. I think it'll really help you if you think emotions might be contributing to lifestyle creep, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.